And we're going live. I'm live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Seymour. Thank you for being the first one in this morning. Shout out to Esserin Odetta. Thank you for being here this morning. Kaitai Jai Empress is in the building. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the garbage truck driver, the school bus driver, public transportation bus driver. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to military personnel. Shout out to law enforcement personnel. Shout out to those in the medical field. Shout out to every profession. If you're flipping burgers or you're doing heart surgeries, shout out to you. You're up and out to get it, right? Honest way. Big up to everybody tuning in this morning. Julie Tapper, thank you for being here. Charma the Star is here. I'll big up some more people in a minute. But we have a lot to talk about this morning. And I missed yesterday, but today is Friday. And on Fridays, we say, it's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. I use these weekends as markers of how fast time is flying by and how many times, how fast we say, it's the freaking weekend, baby! I've been so busy and I've been so tired. Bear with me. And thanks to those who are bearing with me for bearing with me. Next week, we'll be back on track for early. This week, we just had a whole lot to do, right? So we're clapping it up this morning for another week gone by. Shout out to all the people who are locked in, doing positive things on the grind. You know what it feels like. Some people say, SouFlo, sometimes I can't tune in because work have me away. I understand. All right. And big up to you for actually taking the time to go watch the videos, even though you're not able to tune into the live, because you have to be at some establishment somewhere earning a living. It's called priorities. It comes first, right? Top of the day, Friday, SouFlo families, Reggae Girl Bento is in the building as well. We're going to shout out some more people, even though it gives some people anxiety. Lord, man, stop shout out the people wasting time and just get to the show. Well, we shout them out for a special reason, and they know that, right? Audrey Wright, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Morning, fam, and present teacher. King Biggs, big up yourself, fam. Thank you for being here. Wayne Nathan, Mr. Article Don is in the building. Roxy21 is here this morning. Sean Cassell says, morning, fam. And please hit the like button as you join the live. Rosalind Smikle is in the building this morning. Miss Goldie Robinson is in the building this morning. Lady J is here. Senior Sexy is here this morning. Sharon Spence, BM, Elaine Brown, Virtuous Fire, Bramo Wright. Big up yourself, my sister. Charma D Star is in the building. Julie Tapper, Unstoppable Josh Daya, Guava 876. K British Official is in the building this morning. Welcome, family, and thank you for being here. Virtuous Fire says it's the freaking weekend, baby. Karen Notice is in the building this morning. Dorothy T, Kaitai Jai Empress in the building this morning. BM Stella Gray Passmore is here this morning. Thank you for being here. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr, Debbie Jervis, Jane Ander, Julie Tapper. I said Reggae Girl Bento before, but me big her up again. Devin Gale is here as well. Thank you for being here. Any word from Soji819 or Voice of Reason? No. What's going on? Soji, all right? Because you know we check on each other in here, right? When somebody is missing for too long, everybody else notices, especially if it's somebody that checks in on a regular basis. When I like my glasses, I had to bring them back. I know my glasses are Shakira glasses. But like I said, this is my Balenciagas. All right. So it's fashion. Fashion we are deal with. And a Balenciaga, I mean name them so. Right. So in case them look funny, just say a fashion, a Balenciaga. Those are very expensive glasses he's wearing. And just move on with the topic. Not true? Because people wear foolishness. I see people wearing garbage bags and tear up clothes and these things, and they call them Gucci and Balenciaga and all other kinds of names, and then we accept them. So accept my big glasses this morning. They are Balenciaga glasses. I don't even know if Balenciaga makes glasses. Anyhow, we have a couple of things to talk about this morning. We don't hear from them, says Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr. Well, I hope all is well with them, right? All right, we'll send out our best wishes. Stella Gray Passmore says, I would like to hear your feedback on Cargo's Sideman Have Feelings. LOL. Rotted. Here you know, man. Just the topic alone make me want to hear it. I haven't heard it. I have not heard it. SouFlo, did you see the carnival? Yes, I saw the carnival. Did you see the carnival in Jamaica, people? Couple of things I want to talk about in the carnival. It's on our list this morning. So these are our topics. One of them says, here's my pen and paper. Young Miami and P. Diddy calls it quits after almost a year. That's not really that big of a nothing. I didn't think that was going to happen. Work anyways. He's a 53-year-old billionaire and she is 20 something, I believe 25, 24, 23, somewhere in that age group right there. So how far was that going to go? But anyhow, we've seen worse, right? And Dancehall Queen Carlene, her sister Pinky, for those of you who used to be familiar with the dancehall scene before y'all got all up and cowl up and went to church and these things, you remember Pinky. Pinky needs help. If you look at the icon for this video, you will see Pinky standing in front of the Dancehall Queen Carlene, and then there's a picture of a person who is on a phone. Look at the phone person and then look at the person next to it. It's the same person. Seeing one person looks pretty ill and the next person looks pretty fit and okay looking, but it's the same person. So her sister is in need of help. And Beenie Man, right, steps in to ask for some assistance on her behalf. He joined her on a live. I'll get into that story a little bit more. Usain Bolt's stolen millions. The saga continues. Jean Ann Panton, she tried it again. She went to court, and this time her lawyers claimed that she had a stroke while she was inside. So the goal is to get out, at least fight the case from the comfort of your home. I can see that's what they're working on. However, it doesn't look like they're going to let her out. I think her bail was denied again. So she goes back to lockup again. And she was looking fine before the SSL fraud case came about, investigation, so on and so forth. And Usain Bolt's 12 point something million US dollars went missing, which still has not been found yet. But the lady at the forefront of it, she's back in court, and we're gonna give you the update on that. As far as Carnival goes, did Chance the Rapper cheat at Jamaica Carnival? Was that considered cheating? Or the question should be, would you be okay with your spouse doing what Chance was doing? We have the whole video here of Chance carrying on, getting on real bad at Carnival behind her. I don't want to say it. I might get myself in trouble, but he was dancing behind a lady, a young woman that was dressed in carnival wear. So you know the carnival wear goes. Everything is out pretty much, right? Voluptuous looking women are around gyrating and shaking in very suggestive ways, but that is a cultural thing. That is how carnival goes. But Chance was carrying on behind one of the woman them. And I said to myself when I saw the video, I said, that's not his wife. That's the first thing I said. I said, that's not his wife as a man. But I was trying to excuse him. So I said, it's carnival. But then it dawned on me, would I want my wife dressed like that and a man giving she a back as wine like that? And would I be able to just look at it as, it was just carnival, everybody was dancing, or is a hell no, that's not happening. And the ladies who are watching, I want you to look at Chance, see what he was doing, and then ask yourself or tell me, would it be okay for your husband or your significant other to go to carnival and carry on like this? Is it excusable because it's carnival time? There's an update also here on my paper. Florida is not playing. because Florida first says you no longer need a permit to carry a gun on you. So people though are now walking around, everybody strapped in Florida. Then Florida went ahead and abolished parole when it comes to a life sentence. See, before, when the judge said you have a life sentence, you had the possibility of a parole. So you might do 25 years, but you saw some way where you were going to be able to come out of prison. The state of Florida is a F around and find out state, and it's getting more and more serious. Florida says, when the judge says life, they have abolished parole. So once you hear life, life means life. Life means you will not come out of prison until you die. There is no parole attached to life in the state of Florida anymore. They went one step further. A lot of people were saying, I don't know, man. I don't know about the gun thing, the carry without permit thing, abolish parole for life sentence. I don't know. And then Florida went a step further. This one, I can't say I don't like it. I cannot say I don't like it. Florida passes a bill now allowing the death penalty for individuals who have sexually abused children. Yes, the death penalty for individuals who have sexually abused children. We're going to talk about that one as well. And there is a $222 million fraud case involving Andrew Wright and the others. Chug it promoters, they're in problems right now. But I wanted to bring up something because Dancehall Queen Spice just got into something with Chug It not too long ago. So when I saw this story break, I said to myself, boy, either Spice Obiatrang or God is really working on her side. You know, Spice is the kind of person who say, leave it to God, man, because I gotta go deal with you on these kind of things. Well, if this is God dealing with them, it came back pretty quickly. So we're gonna talk about that case there as well. Me not related to him. Audrey writes, I'm not related to him. Hell to the no, says Lady J. Hold on there. The comment section was buzzing. Floridians need to vote out DeSantis. Stella, why you want to vote out somebody who says the death penalty for individuals who have sexually abused children? That's a selling point. There's a lot of people, regardless of Republican or Democrat, that have been saying that for the longest, that if you sexually abuse a child, you should die. Most people say, if it's my child, I'm killing you and I'm going to prison. I'm taking the time. So DeSantis said, send it to me. I'll sign it. And they sent it to him. And you have the rest. Florida passes a bill allowing the death penalty for individuals who have sexually abused children. Who is Audrey not related to? Spice Obiatrang. People in Chuggets is in problems. Let's start out with Chance though. I'm very Chance's doing his thing at he's doing his thing at Jamaica Carnival. Now, people, for those of you who are not from any Caribbean space, so you might not understand the culture, in Chance's defense, I will say that this is how we carry on at Carnival. Is you see a Bamsi and she round and you wine, right? And if she like you, she wine and she throw it back and you wine on it some more. And you just get on down the road a drinking rum. And I can't control myself. That's the that's Carnival. I drinking rum and I can't control myself. I carrying on, I getting on real bad out here. Well, Chance was getting on real bad. Chance took a chance. Yeah, Chance might need a chance now. Cause when wifey don't see this, you took a chance cause your name Chance. Well, you might need a chance now. You go, your ass is sleeping on the couch. That part. I don't care if you pay all the bills, you on the couch. Say something. Say something. Nope, go make your own damn sandwiches Ask the girl in Jamaica that you were behind doing all that whining stuff. Ask her to make your sandwiches. Ask her to bring you your drink. In the home right now, probably can't get that drink from the kitchen. Baby, you go into the kitchen. Could you bring me back something? No, how about you go get it yourself? How about the girl that you were whining on in Jamaica? Why don't you go ask her to bring you a drink? Some of y'all just petty as hell, right? I saw no go on, but look at check chance out at Carnival. Here's the. Let me see. They're gonna play it. All right, I'm gonna play it on IG. Here he goes. Oi, chance. Holy chance. Chance was taking a chance. Watch now. This is some people say, boy, if me did that and that the piece of chocolate there, I would have take a chance too. My wife would have to be upset. I'm asking you, if this is your husband, okay, chance, I go too far now. You could have just wine and go on, but they slap up the body something part there. Beer skin, beer body skin in my slap. You see, there's a thin line. There's a thin line. There's a thin line. What says y'all? What that was in the moment. Sean Cassell says that was in the moment. In defense of Chance. Audrey Wright says Chance get a chance and he took it. King Biggs says, brother, I guess I've been cheating long time. Cause King Biggs, he was one of them where wind down just anything in a G string out there. You King Biggs says, I guess I've been cheating long time. Watch Chance now. Welcome to Jamaica, Chance. It was nice. Blame it on the rum. You see the man have him cup in him hand. It's a pretty big cup. If you drink that much Ray and nephew, anything mix, you are going to probably end up doing all of the above right here before you find yourself. That's just a warning, right? You should do voiceover. You're good at it, says Karen. Notice. But watch Chance now. Look. Oi. Hold it, Chance. Hold it. Slap it one time. Slap it again. One was not enough. There you go. All right. His wife probably took every note of all of it. Also, one slap wasn't enough. You did it twice. Look, her bare ass. You telling me that was just a dance? Yo. My question on the morning is this. Would this be okay if this was your man? What I want, hey, y'all pay attention to this, right? Watch the girl face. Women could read way into this. Watch her face at the end of it. Women could read way into this. This is not somebody that you know that girl. You probably flew them out. Y'all know each other. Her face says, I don't want to start no trouble. I don't want to start no trouble, but her face says, I know him, but we're hiding. Watch her. You see the face? One more time. Watch our face. Watch. Slap. One more. Slap. Watch her. Ooh. Ooh. You see the camera on us? To be honest, no, I'd feel away. Dorothy T says. BM says he probably was thinking he would not be seen in the USA. I don't know. You're supposed to know that. We live in 2023. Everybody has a phone, and you are a star, a celebrity, and you're in Jamaica, where your kind don't just walk around everywhere. You see the big old security guard that's with him, right? This man got to walk around with the security guard himself is inspecting the wine. Shout out to Tanta Blacks. He is meticulously scrutinizing the wine. Watch the security. It's blood fire. That's a big guy. That wine. Oi, slap it again. Yeah, see there. All right, come off now. Too much. All right. Oi. And she flinging it back, And she shape real good, yeah. And all that melanin just popping in the sun with barely anything on. Ross. I don't know. I don't know how my wife, it would be interesting to hear Shakira's take on this if she thinks that if she would have forgiven me for this, or if she would say, "No, it's okay, baby. It was just y'all was just dancing. It was just a dance. I don't care." But then I would have to accept that she wearing this to carnival. I wouldn't want my wife outside like this, and I know it's carnival and it's a carnival outfit, but unless she with me, but I wouldn't want her flinging out free wine wearing just this. If it's a party and we're dancing and she have on some jeans and thing and sneakers and them kind of thing is different. But she dressed like this. Watch now. The man got up under it. It wasn't just all wine and go. Watch what hop on that, send it up it, up, slap it up, hop on that. That was a proper wine. That was actually simulating a backers, a proper backers. She throwing it and he catching it. Nah. No. I would feel some type of way. If me there my yard and wife is say I'm going to Carnival, babe, in Jamaica, I'll see you in a week. Me and the girls are gonna have some fun, and this was a video that I saw. I don't know. We would not be friends for quite some time. We wouldn't take that so easy. Cause the man go up on that. And he was slapping up our beer body. It wasn't there was no layer of cloth, no jeans, no nothing. It was skin meeting skin. And him look on it and him take a second slap. Watch out. No, sir. Mm-mm. If it was a regular person, would this be a story? No, it wouldn't be a story because that's what regular people do at Carnival. That is what I'm telling you. But the fact that Chance is a married man and he is famous, people are talking. Because the first thing people saw in the US where he's from was, oh damn, Chances in Jamaica at Carnival. Yo, it looks lit. It looked like that's where I want to be. Oh, whoa, wait, what? That's not his wife. That was the first thing. That's not his wife, is what they said. Right? So it becomes something else. Y'all know how the world go already, man. Regular people do stuff, nobody pays attention. Famous people do it. It takes on a whole different meaning, that kind of thing. So was he supposed to conduct himself as if he was a married man and my wife is not here, so I'm not going to dance? Yeah, only the one the man just go carnival at Jamaica and go dance by himself. You say the big tough man that's with him, I not whining nowhere near the man there. The man that look like about 7 feet tall. Me not whine nowhere near him. So I'd be end up, well, why not by myself? It's carnival, right? I think he knows her question. I think he knows her too. Not try to make no trouble in nobody life, but I'm a pretty good reader of body language, and I think he knows her too. This is one of those meet me back over at the hotel later. We can't hang out. You know how it goes, right? I'm sure wifey's watching all the footage from home. Usain went to Trinidad and pretty much did have a fine time too. LOL. Boy. But Usain with Cassie. And again, Usain is Usain. And Usain is Caribbean very much. So it is in his blood. So maybe we have a different understanding of what Caribbean culture is and what carnival culture is. Whining. And are you allowed to just whine upon anybody or allow anybody to whine on you? That's the question. Brother, I guess I've been cheating. Let me see. Rajani, big up yourself, Rajani, and thank you. I appreciate you. Rajani says, my wife would be right there with me having fun too. All right. That's different. Now, if wifey is there with you having fun and a man whine on her like that, would you be okay with it? Audrey Wright says, me feels a carnival no count. Me give him a blight. So you're giving him a pass because it's carnival, right? Stella Gray Passport says, Chance get the ghetto wine. He misses it. BM says he probably was thinking he could not be seen in the US. And King Big says that was just a 10-second wine. I guess we shouldn't hold it against him because it was a short wine. He did a lot in 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a long time. He bent and went under it. Him dig it out like that a couple of times. Him slap up body all in that 10 seconds. He did a lot in 10 seconds. Him never just take a little wine and move, right? She said, I got you. Meet me back at the hotel, is what her face said. Oh my God, they got us on camera. Darlene Walter Riley says he was just enjoying himself and not meaning nothing. They do it here in Chicago too. But he should have left the slap alone. He crossed the line, right? Beer butty. He crossed the line. Now, some people might think that's okay and it works for their relationship. I'm just saying. Different strokes for different folks. That is a quick wine and dip off. Oh, Karen Notice says, I thought that's how people act during carnival time. Yes, that's how people act. But would you want your... Y'all ain't paying attention. This is your husband, ladies. Right? This is your husband. That's not you. How are you responding? That's your husband, and that is not you. How are you responding? How you responding? You say, oh, babes, don't worry about it. It was just carnival. It's all right. Or are you upset? No, add sauce. King Big said, we making it more than what it is. BM says you deserve 2 excuses once you don't go to bed. Unstoppable Josh says the man had his clothes on. So not go on. Well, there's a lot of friction going on. Might have to tuck that boner. A Lady J says, I don't think he knows her. He just saw her and say he want to work that one because she looked loose. She looked loose. Me not put down the woman. She looked good. Me not gonna say she looked loose. She looked good. She looked like she out here to have some fun. And that's what carnival is about. It's about having some fun. Rosalind Michael says he got too personal with the slap. And Karen Notice says he's not going by himself. That's simple. If I hear husband, him not go by himself. I'm late. Erica Senior says, not my husband. Purple Royal says, no, okay. No, okay for my man. The slap took it over the edge. Seymour says, if I'm going to carnival, I'm breaking up until I come back. If I'm going to carnival, I'm breaking up till I come back. Start one big fight before carnival for no reason. For no reason. Pack your bags. You know what? I'm tired of this shit. I leave in. I pack in my thing. I don't matter of fact, I only need 1 scandal bag. 2 shirts, 2 shorts, 2 pairs of socks, and 2 pairs of shoes are gone. I leave in. After carnival now, you call back home, babes. You know, really need to get this thing together because I miss you. And you know, we shouldn't be going through all this. We have these kids to think about. You know, let's start acting grown. This after the Ray and nephew wear off and all that whining, babe. Again, if it was Rihanna or Nicki Minaj and they dance like that, would it be cheating? Well, it depends. It depends. Do you think he got slapped when he got home? Cinnamon toast cinnamon. I think she slapped the daylights out of him when he got home. I think he knew it. So he probably took a shot before he went in. And I ain't talking about a shot. I'm talking about like he probably took a strong shot of some smooth vodka or something before he went in that door because he knows she's slapping. He probably got slapped as soon as he walked in the house. Ding ding, door open. That's for Jamaica. Morning, live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Manners of flow.
Manners and respect, fam.
Prosper,
yeah.
Look, no, I may not remember the face, but I remember the waist. The man is just a thief and wine, man. A carnival time.
You may not remember the face, but you remember the waist. Lord God.
Ain't nothing wrong with teeth in a wine.
Nothing wrong with teeth in a wine.
I just wink out and catch a wink up. And he just gets so high the next time you slap you and she bat him.
He's excited.
Yeah, you slap you and she bat him.
But what if your wife is watching? Your wife are gonna say, okay, it's a wine, but then why you slapping up her naked ass like that? You
It's
know?
carnival, baby.
It's kind all right,
It's
son.
carnival, baby.
All right. No, wait. Before you go, Prosper, listen
Yeah.
up. Before you go, said this, switch it the other way around now. This is your wife, and that is what you see. You're just going to say it's carnival, baby. Is a man under your wife like this?
Well,
You
yeah,
slap
now
it
you
in.
my young girl, she no love soca, so me have to worry about that. You see, I would have woman them not to worry.
Yo, Prosper.
So where you buy where?
All right, son.
Okay.
All
The
right.
man just a thief and wine, you know.
All right, son.
All right,
Yeah. Hey, I asked him, I said, nah, okay, so it's just carnival. He just thieving a wine, right? But switch it the other way around. That's your wife. This is your this is your wife. Man's go up under your wife's subblood. And man just pow. And him look on it and say, pow, we deserve two. And what? That man said, my wife ain't my wife ain't from the Caribbean and she don't like soca or any of that. So I don't have nothing to worry about. You wear what you buy. That means you have a Caribbean woman or you have a Caribbean man and you hear them say carnival, you must already accept that either you're going with them or bad behavior is going to be taking place. Because that's what carnival is about. Carnival is about good music. We're jumping, we're whining, we're listening to the good music, we're under some rum and these kind of things. It's all celebratory. That's all it is. So in defense of this young man, here Christine Simpson watch Hypocrite. Yeah, every man feel okay once it's another man, woman, they doing that too, right? Or but if it's female woman, it's a no. Nah. When she come back from that girl's trip and she reach in the house, I won't slap her. I can't slap her. That's domestic violence, and I don't believe in that part of things, beating on your woman and these things. But we joke. We joke that she's gonna slap the daylights out of him when he get in the house. That's probably the first thing Chance got when he walked in the house. Oh, you think I didn't see that video? You think I didn't see the video of you in Jamaica? I don't care what you gotta say. Yo, worse than that, if his wife ever do something like this, let me go back and look at all his social media stuff and see. And she see the same face. And she see her Chance liked that profile. Liked more than one post panda girl the profile, more than two. Then she look where she's located and she's from our city. Ain't it a big convenience how both of y'all ended up in Jamaica for carnival? And ain't it a big how you end up winding up on her? Nah, you flew her out. You flew trouble. I wonder what her man thinks. Who says she has a man though? She don't look like she have no man. She look like she out here living her best life. She don't look like she have no man. She don't care. And for those of you men who are not from the Caribbean, if you have a Caribbean woman, clearly you can see that it's very important that you go to carnival with her if you're insecure or if you're scared, right? Very important to go to carnival with her. Don't pass the opportunity. I know some of y'all, you like, nah, babe, go ahead. That ain't my scene. Yo, you too tough. That ain't my scene. You go ahead. Go with your girls. Go have fun. Don't take my advice. Don't be stupid. Go. I don't care if it's not your scene. I don't care if you don't like the music. I don't care if you don't like anybody there. Go. If you one of those that's gonna have a problem with this, go. Okay? Make sure you're the one that's doing this. Slapping up body and these things. Because somebody have a thief a wine, we call it thief in a wine. Your thief a wine is different from when you're whining with somebody. You're whining with somebody, you have an approval. The girl look back and she look that, and y'all woman, you know that too. You know, just make anybody whine upon you. You know that too. Come and see girl a whine already, you know. She look like she hurt the feet, you know. and a man back up behind that, and from she do that, from them give her that dip and look there, approval same time, she'll throw back more wine. If she give you a dip and look, and they be acting like they not looking right, like they just whining. Fellas, anytime you see them do that dip and look there, she dipping to check out who the hell is behind her. If you don't look good, according to her, you can't get no wine. And I see it happen all the time. I see man run up behind woman and wind up himself, and as soon as she did that dip and look, she just stand up straight like a piece of two before. She stand up straight like a piece of two before, and they be looking at you like this. Some of them will tell you. Which could be quite embarrassing. You know, it could be quite embarrassing. That dip there, just look for the dip. When she dip on us up, that's checking out the merchandise back there. She check out the merchandise, say he's worthy. Okay. Women don't, so when people are talking about say carnival is just about whining and it's an innocent wine and all that, I lie. If it was an innocent wine, everybody would have get a wine. People whine on people they are attracted to. Some people whine because they want to say it's an excuse, right? It's an excuse. Girl, I look for a man and I say, yo, come body chisel up and him big and him out there in one of them outfit there we only have 4 string. That's it. And she like it. But you know, she's gonna be like, oh, it was just a wine. The man stiff up under she and all these things, and she whining hard and he feeling it. And when you see they stuck together, she giving him time to make that something they go down because they in a crowd and it could be embarrassing. But wine come with other things in mind. I'm just telling you. But that's carnival. You got and of course you gotta put in the rum. The rum busting a man head. Man no business. Right? All the bottom man them a thief of wine to come on, LOL. Yo. No. Listen. I have a story coming up. I recorded it. It took forever to put together because I had to go look up a lot of information. But there was a young man in Jamaica that lost his life under similar circumstances. But I also saw a video out of Trinidad, I believe it was Trinity Carnival, with and there was a guy whining. I showed it here on Morning Thoughts. There was a guy whining, long hair, little cut off piece of pum pum shots. I'm describing it like this because I thought it was a woman too, right? Because when I first saw the video, I said, what's the whole noise about? Somebody said, look closer. I looking closer, I see a man. When the person turned around like this, you could see the whole 5 o'clock shadow of the beard and everything. You know, if you shave your beard off in about 24 hours, it's going to start to sprout back. So you'll see the little shadow. I saw all that. But that person had their head down like this, and the long weave covered the face, and it was booty in the air, and the person well shapely like a woman, and then they kill out some wine and skin out. And it was like 5 guys that were taking turns, right? The 5 guys were taking turns, well killing it. The last brother that went up there and grabbed it and started to ram, and you saw the dude that ran across the screen and was like, he was saying, it's a man. It's a man. And then you saw in the video, everybody's face went, is a man that? Oh, skunt. But they didn't fight the person. They didn't fight the person. They didn't hurt the person. They just took it and left, right? They were like, oh, damn. We got caught and left. So there's another warning for you if you're out enjoying carnival and you is one of them people that whine on everything where you think look good. I can't even say check the neck because they shave Adam's apples now. I can't say check the face for 5 o'clock shadow because they electro remove everything on the face now, so the face smooth like woman face. I can't even say what to look for. But just make sure if you are heterosexual and you are going to be offended about whining on a man, that you might want to look and make sure that who you're whining on is actually what you're attracted to. Otherwise, videos could be circulating on social media of you at Carnival skin out Panaman, and you probably won't like it, right? Shave their Adam's apple. Yes, surgery to shave down the Adam's apple. I have a protruding Adam's apple, as you can see, right? But they have surgeries that shave it down, so you don't see it no more. Back in the day when I was growing up, it was like check the neck, check the neck. That's what we used to say, right? Check the neck. That not no more. Look for the tough foot back. Look for the tough foot back, boy. As a rule of thumb, I don't admire anybody. I don't. I don't look and say, damn, she's sexy, because I would hate for she to turn around and be a he. So I never look and be like, oh, I want to run up on, wind up on something. I'm not that type. But I know there are a lot of people out there who are like that. That's how I would be able to tell. No, I can't tell. The legs, the foot, them are some big size 14 shoes. In men's shoes. Oh, I just wear men's sneakers because I like them. You know, and the voice I crack because the treatment I take. I just that voice is transitioning over to what is a softer voice, but it caught somewhere in the middle. That one. Oh, I just wear. Why your foot so big, y'all? You whining. Why your foot so big? Your body small and your foot big. What going on for your foot, them girl? Oh, I just wear man sneakers because I love them. I like the style. Say something. You might you might learn something. I don't know. Get them to talk something if you're that interested. Here's usually thousands of people at Carnival for you to go wine pando, right? The hands. Somebody said the hands. If that hand is bigger than your head, find somebody else to wine on. That partner. Man, no. We might be, I don't know, we might be taking away stuff from some women, because some of y'all women got some big ass feet and you got some big old hands. So I don't know if it's right telling people about watch the hands and the feet. Somehow right now look down on your foot just now and say, "Rotted, that is me." You have some boat for women. Flitters. They have some flitters. You wear shumpatas. Foot them big like whoa. Somehow the woman have some big foot and some big hands. I don't know. I see the hand them big and veiny. You're like, Ross, the hand that can pan my head. I can't woman that. Look for the big knuckles. the big knuckles. maybe she maybe she had a rough life. I don't know. Maybe she used to walk barefoot most of her life. So you know the blood circulation and the foot spread out. You could tell people who didn't have shoes for a long time, or people who walk barefoot a lot. Even if them did have shoes, you could just tell people who walk barefoot a lot. Them foot usually bigger than everybody else's foot, and them and them foot usually look like it's been through some things. Not true? It's a Me not talk about the one them with the heel back crack up and they don't get pennies and these things. Me I talk about like broad back, king bigs, frog back. I got that from Shakira, by the way. So on the blame she. I'm not out here body shaming women. I know some of y'all get real sensitive real quick and be wanting to report the videos because I'm offended because he said frog back. But if you ever pick up a frog and see how the frog shape, yeah, me not laugh. Cause next thing me know, them say me shape like frog back too. So I'm not laughing at anybody. I'm just saying, some women have big feet, and that has nothing to do with it. I wear size 10. Ross, Karen, I one of them. Karen, 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 you wear size 10 in men's. If you go to Singapore, it's hard to tell the difference. Purple Royal, boy, Purple Royal over there, they get the whole thing done though. Them chop off the tealy and everything. If you go to Singapore, it's hard to tell the difference. Shoe size doesn't mean anything, says Dorothy T. Watch out, Dorothy T. I want to. Dorothy T, what's your size? Shoe size doesn't mean anything. Anybody says shoe size doesn't mean anything because them foot big too. But it's okay. We're not picking on you this morning. My foot them big too. Remember I told you I got a 14-year-old. Well, Kosi just turned 15. The man wears size 16 and a half in men's shoes. and he just said, "Dad, they don't fit me anymore." So a size 17, him gone now in a man shoes, 17, and he's a boy, he's a big boy, right? He's 15. All him shoe size bigger than him age. I saw some woman stay a shoe size 35. I'm 27, rah, so I'm to your clown foot them. Stone lick yo, Dorothy. Dorothy, we love you. And the one them with the hands now, they gonna walk around all day with their hands tucked in their pockets. Watch. Size 10 in women, Karen. Not no big. I mean, that's not average. It's not average. It's not average for women, but it's all the big woman, all the big hand woman, them put their hand in the ear, so. Remember when you used to go dance? All the good man them in the ear, put your hand in the ear, so. If you never kiss a girl under or something, you put your hand in the ear, so. All the big hand woman them put your hand in the ear, so. I'm 11. Jesus Christ, DR. You definitely are one of them. DR says she wear 11. 11. Now, 11 in women, DR is 10 in men. So nobody go on about 9.5. 9.5 will squeeze you. You know, when you can't believe your foot them so big, you're like, it's a 9.5. No, it's a 10. Take the extra half for comfort. Because that little toe is going to be screaming and begging for mercy. Why you didn't choose the damn 10? You out here trying to still stay in the nines. It's 9.5. We hurting over here. Get the 10. I can ow every time. Every time you step off, ow, that poor little toe. Why they always gotta sacrifice me for her damn not wanting to be truthful to herself? You wear a 10 in men. It's okay. Get something comfortable. So we listen. It's okay. Mervin the point, I guess so. But me sexy. Dark. You're sexy with your sexy Bigfoot self. I'm sure her man is like, I love your babes with your sexy Bigfoot self. You see all the foot them? Love all the foot them. Yeah, them bigger than mine, but me love them. I wear an 8 in UK, which is, I think it's a 10 or 10 and a half in the US. Rah, Ted. Your son will be a happy, your son will be a happy. Wait, no, Stella. My son will have a happy wife in the future, not be a happy wife. I don't want him be nobody wife. Yeah, why for that? Why? Stella says your son will be a happy wife in the future. I know it's a typo. It's got to be. More foot to love. More foot to love. That's what men say about big women. The men that love big women. Yo, that's another thing about Caribbean culture that you should know. For those of you who either you're not familiar with it again because you're there foreign so long, or you just never been to one of our affairs, the men there don't care about size. Most of the men there don't really care about size. They don't care about age neither. Yeah. If that's a hint for some of you, go and enjoy yourself. Them not care. You see some woman and something and you're there self-conscious and you're like, oh my god, my belly is a little bit pudgy, I can't wear this. Go to Carnival. Okay? Or matter of fact, go Jamaica Dancehall or go Carnival. I bet you feel good about yourself after. You're gonna look around and be like, the hell I have to worry about? I should have wore the outfit that I thought I was gonna wear. And you will notice that the men don't care. Everything is out. All one time she have 17 roll upon her side them and her belly big like she 9 months pregnant and she's not because she have baby years ago. The baby weight just never came off, but it's the baby weight. Yes, me have baby, I'm a baby weight. How old are your children? Me have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old. So 7 years ago, that baby weight is still there. Them man they no business. Yeah. Me love my fatty. Lizzo would get a whole lot of love. Lizzo is not even considered fat in Jamaica. Let me tell you. You hear that? Lizzo is not considered fat in Jamaican culture. To be considered fat in Jamaican culture, you have to be like what the US would call morbidly obese. you gotta be getting ready to check into My 600 Pound Life. I don't know if y'all seen that show where the woman laying on the bed with a deep fryer right next to the bed and she frying chicken on the bed and eating on her belly and she is as big as the bed. Y'all seen that? Yeah, you gonna have to be that because Lizzo in Jamaica, them call that fluffy. Yeah, she fluffy. More cushion for the pushing. She look good. She... No. Oh, Stella says no typo. LOL. No, well, my son now be nobody wife. Anyway, your son will have a have a then that me say yes. You made a typo because you said your son will be a happy wife, and I said that's gonna be a typo. You probably meant my son will have a happy wife, and your wife is extremely happy. That's all. All right. Me don't know if she happy, I hope. Cause I no lie. No tell man false hope. Ooh, ah, mm, mm, nah, feel a thing. So me don't know. Um, I do me. I try to do her in the process, and if it work, it work. If she say it work, I take it for her words. But some women be lying, and then they complain to other people. Girl, him can't do a thing. Yeah, me I watch the ceiling fan go around. The ceiling fan have. I first time me realize if the ceiling fan have 4 blade pan it, and a 4 bulb in it. And the whole time him there I do him thing, me I think how we have to go change out them bulb there cause it a burn all the electricity in here. Uh yeah, me all count too much time the field ceiling fan go round and them thing there. I went time me see my kill out himself. Me, oh, I'm coming. And then some start giving like a sound effects, Me, yes, baby, yes. All right. But him can't do a thing. I'm if you tell you. Him a good man though. Yeah, man, him love me and him take care of me and them something there, but boy, I know what? Nothing in my bedroom. That's how some of y'all talk. So me no know. Me uncle hope. I hope that's not the case. You know when you're gonna know if your relationship ever come to an end. That's when you will know if that if that was the case. Then wicked, on a wicked narrated man there with woman 10 years, 15 years. Swear he was killing it. 15 years down the road, relationship end. You hear everything by yourself. you, hear, you hear everything by yourself. And no shall tell you the truth. Yeah. There is no doubling back. Once there's no doubling back, once she sure say it over, it mash up. You about to hear all about yourself. Everything what she did at all. Everything. That's why I always compare him to my ex them. And I know it's not right to do, but Jesus Christ, man, you see the man when I did have before him, that used to hang and deal with it, I say a pure deprivation one time me there with this boy, God know. I say me kind of happy say the relationship done still. Even though he was a good person, yeah, man, him did love me and thing. Wicked! Oh, the wicked narrated about. Yeah, Shakira happy. I hope. I hope. You can only hope, my friend. You can only hope. Anyway, on behalf of Chance, before we move on to the next topic, on behalf of Chance, let me just say that this is our culture. Okay, all fun and jokes aside, this is our culture, and everything else I said before, I'm dead serious. Uh, I'm dead serious about everything I said before. If you are the type, see, different things work for different people, right? Right. So I'm not gonna say anything about their relationship. Who knows? They're probably in an open marriage. You never know. Some women do this. The man is rich and famous and she loves that lifestyle, but she understands that he is not done being wild yet. She's sticking around for the rest of her life. So she's like, just let him go ahead and get it out his system, kind of thing. Don't ask, don't tell. What I don't see won't hurt me, blah, blah, blah. And them live them life like that, and it's fine. So we're probably putting on more than, well, although I highly doubt it, but we're probably putting on more. But as far as our culture goes, listen, if your wife is Caribbean and she has got any Caribbean island, by the way, I don't want to hear you tell me about, well, my wife is from Martinique and they're not really into the Any Caribbean island, if your wife is from any Caribbean island and you hear Carnival mentioned, go. If you hear Soca Fete mentioned, go. If you hear dancehall mentioned, go. The man them not partial in there, them with teeth the wine if them can't get the wine and all these kind of things. She might get some slap on her body that she didn't bargain for. And by the time she turn around to say anything, the slapper has gone on to somebody else. That kind of stuff. So go, right? Go and enjoy it with your spouse, with your friend, with your wife, with your lover, with your mate. Go on. Don't stay at home and act like nothing ain't happening because she's not going there to go stand up like stiff board. I'm telling you this now. And if your husband or your man, boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, is from any Caribbean island, any Caribbean island. Oh, my man is Haitian. They just work hard and come home. Yo, he wants his money and his food. I lie. Any Caribbean island man where you have, right? If him say carnival, go. Don't talk about no, baby. It's okay. You and the guys go out and have fun. If the man say come, go. All right, because this is what happens there. And if that's fine with your relationship, then that's fine with your relationship. I mean, I know if it would have fine with mine, but that's fine with your relationship. Dancehall might have a chance for stay home because a pure chop song and the man them a dance in a team and the woman them with them one another. Still go. Because that's where you'll probably find, yeah, the way our dancehall change, right? That's where you'll probably find out if her and her girlfriends are actually just really girlfriends or if they're girlfriends with benefits that actually help each other out every now and then when the seasons are dry. This is where you might also find out if you're really a do nothing or not. Or if she's just into other things that she hasn't told you about yet. Dancehall get kind of freaky these days. Me not lie. Me see girl I put hand up on that girl, you know, put her hand in between her leg and all that. I'm like, okay, you were dancing with your friend, but where did that part come in? Why was that necessary? You know, slapping up her body. You go, girl. I'm like, okay, y'all was whining together, but why you adore her like just like how Chance was slapping up body? Same way them dance with them girlfriends. So yeah, go. Audrey says, wifey is happy with the length and the strength, or she would have gone already. You must never hear the story when time the woman Carlene and said, SouFLo, me not lie, me, I one of the woman them would do it, and I don't care what anybody want to say. I was married with this man, and I stay with him for 5 years just to make sure I get everything in order. You don't remember that? And she said the whole time, the sex was him would so small, right? That the sex was disgusting to me. Y'all forgot that? She said, but me stay long enough to make sure, say, I get my things straight. I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, and payment after, and everything. And when she get everything, she said she cut. And she endured it for all that time. So nobody can talk about wife, happy call length and strength and whatever. Yeah. Anyhow, cinnamon toast cinnamon. I appreciate you. Thank you. Cinnamon toast cinnamon says, I enjoy the conversation. Great morning start. I got to go teach. Have a great weekend, everyone. Shout out to you, cinnamon toast cinnamon. Have a wonderful weekend. You about to go deliver those block of instructions. Do your thing. I appreciate you being here. All right. Somebody said dancehall. Shay says dancehall. You might have a chance. No chance. Same thing. I true too. Cause one bag of man a dance with man in a dance hall now, and I don't know. Marilyn Grant says I watch 600-pound people all the time. The doctor who treats them tell them straight what they need to do. Karen Notice says I had one. Every time he called, I was always too busy. You see? All right. Every time he called, I was always too busy. But somehow in a wicked man, somehow in a don't like not too busy, carry the man on and boost up the man ego with some lion, some fake acting something, and it's not good. It's not good for him because then he doesn't know what to like. Him don't know if he do. Him does go around with this false hope, false perception of himself. Yeah, and you have to tell him. You as a woman have to tell him, babe, no, not that. This. not this, that, or hey, or what that. Where's that going? You know, you need some more, sir. Sorry, like that. And that's not body shaming. Actually, it's more like compatibility. Yeah, some people fine with the two, and three smallies, and then some want 9, 10, 11, 12, and one long foot. So you don't know. It's about compatibility, really. K British official SouFLo, I went and checked, and the size 8 UK is actually 9 in the US and 49 in Europe. Yeah, and I said that 10 is 11, right? So it would be 9 if 10 is 11. So your foot not that big, man. You have normal feet. You're wearing an 8, 8.5, 9 is normal feet. If you're wearing 10 as a woman, 11, and a size 10 in men, and you're wearing 12, then you have some big foot. Boy, hey, cinnamon out of here. Guava 876 says you are telling W11 Dorothy T 11. Cinnamon is a high-ranking military personnel, by the way, people, and she probably has a lot of soldiers under her that she has to instruct. So that's Shiganto. He has 6 baby mamas. Karen Notice says he has 6 baby mamas. Who y'all talk? Who have 6 baby mamas? Not Chance. Who? Me? Here we go. Here we go again. All right. Check this out. So Dancehall Queen Carlene, her sister, is going through some things. And you know, I always say to my audience that sickness is for all of us, right? Right. Dorothy T says I'm tall, so it goes with my height. Shay says, what woman I do with 9 and 10 inches in a them? Y'all know it can only go to a certain length, right? 7 and 8 is perfect for me. Me now make a soul stretch out me. But they don't mind being stretched out. That's the thing. Some of them don't mind being stretched out. Them why you stretch them out till you kill them. You don't hear what Cardi B said? Like a Mack truck getting parked in a small garage. Crash it in there and mash it up. Yeah, that's Caribbean women for you. Some of them tell you how them want to walk funny. Like, dig out me sit until me can't walk and me feel like me need to go check in at the hospital. I don't know what kind of stuff they looking out for, but are they looking for or expecting? But me don't know where the fun is in that. But hey, that's what they say they want. Stella Gray Passmore says, OMG, SouFLo, LOL, I told him to put on back his clothes, no disrespect, and we still friends. Me and you couldn't be friends after that. Mm-mm. Me and you couldn't be friends after that. You could have give me the pokey first, and then after, somewhere down the road, you say, listen, you is not my type when it comes to that, so we could remain friends, and then we could remain friends. But after we go so far, and me expose up myself, well confident and ready, pitch me like a flagpole, and you are talk about stop and put on back your clothes. Nah, we could never be friends after that. You're an enemy for life. Yeah, you are my enemy for life. Put on back your clothes. Body come down, dirty tea. Here I come. Someone say, any woman over a size 7 is a man. I'm 7 and a. Kataja Empress says some men say that any woman that has a shoe size over 7, she's a man. She has a 7.5 to 8. So use a man. Use. I know me say so. I know you say so. Use a man. I don't subscribe to that. Well, you know what? Before I move on to the next topic, let's be responsible, right? Because believe it or not, people, some people leave here and they're highly offended. And then later on, them in my inbox, I talk about, I didn't like the way you handled the show this morning because you had some people going away feeling insecure about their self and all this other thing. So let me stop right now before we go to the next topic, which is going to be a serious topic. for a couple of minutes just to raise some awareness. And if you can help, help. If not, just scroll on by, right? Humans come in all different sizes, shapes, and sizes. Okay? The Almighty Creator created all of us. There was no mistake made. That is why I don't like when women body shame men, because there's nothing that man could do about that. It's not because he didn't eat enough food or vitamins. It's not because him didn't run fast enough and exercise enough or nothing. Now God give, right? So he was created like that by God. You laughing at him, you might as well go laugh at a child that's born with cerebral palsy. You know what I'm saying? So end of the day, nobody shaming around here. We having some fun. We laughing. It's good to laugh at each other and our shortcomings, all puns intended, and these things. Just laugh it off, cause it's life. None of us escape this alive. So we have a little laugh and we keep it moving. Who big, big, who small, small, who want big, go get it. And who want small, stick to your small, cause big will hurt you and all these things. There you go. That's that. I'm all woman, everything about me. Karen, we know that. You know, you don't have to defend yourself from nobody. Not true? We're having some fun. Now let's move on to this other one. So, with all seriousness, Dancehall Queen Carlene's sister, Pinky. Pinky was a prominent face on the dancehall scene for quite some time. And again, I see the comments. Why Beenie Man over there try help her raise $50,000? Beenie Man drive big expensive BMW. Them man they tour the world, expensive clothes. They know a lot of people in the industry. Why don't they and their celebrity friends help? I don't know. And I'm not willing to answer any of those questions. Okay? I just think she needs help. And she's not in that good of a shape. If you look at the picture on the icon and you look at her, that is how much she has changed because of her sickness. Seeing? So Beanie put out, shout out to Urban Islands. Beanie Man was on Instagram Live with Dancehall Queen Carlene's sister Pinky, who is battling cancer. If you follow Carlene, you'll know that a couple of months ago she shaved off all her hair. And I was like, what did she do that for? And it was in support of her sister that was battling cancer. So the dancehall legend is using his star power, Beanie Man, to help Pinky to raise $50,000 for her medical treatment. She's at stage 4 of breast cancer. Tell you again, sickness is here for all of us, right? You don't know when. I've seen the fittest, most healthiest people eat right, didn't consume foolishness, exercised, all that other stuff, came down with cancer. So Beanie's over here trying to help her. And Beanie Man, who is a former child star himself, says that he and Pinky have known each other since they both were kids. And that they grew up. As they grew up, they became more entrenched in the dancehall culture together. Pinky and her sister, which is Carlene, they both became dancers. Beanie Man became the legendary Beanie Man. Now, while Beenie Man would go on to become one of the biggest artists in the history of dancehall music, and they remained friends, he got with Carlene, that's Pinky's sister, and he did a video with her where he was just talking about like them knowing each other for how long, right? Their childhood friends into adulthood, and he ended up with her sister because Beenie Man was with Carlene for a while. They even have a child together, right? See, Stella Gray Passmore says Beanie just need to link his friends. Carlene had a fundraiser. It was a pretty big event. People like Sizzla Kalonji, Sizzla headlined and performed there as well. The thing about Carlene for me is this. She's always helping other people because I always see it, right? She's always having some fundraiser or something going on, helping other people who needs help. Like, remember, most recently, it was Dancehall Icon Tiger. I don't know if you're from old school dancehall, you remember Tiger. Tiger was going through some things, and it was Carlene that was spearheading, getting him help. And I've seen her do it for many others as well. Now, in the time that she's doing this for other people, her own sister needs help. as well. And shout out to her for not being selfish, because it's easy to be like, yo, I can't really focus on anybody else right now, man, because my sister needs help. So I'm gonna put all my energy into helping my sister alone. It takes a strong person. It takes a good heart person to be like, yeah, my sister need help, but that person here need help too. So let me try help this person too. She was helping Tiger so much, I knew nothing about her sister needing help. I was wondering why she shaved her head. It wasn't until Beenie Man actually did the video with her sister, and her sister looks so different, guys. She looks so different, you know? Urban Islands has the video, but that's Beanie with her yesterday or day before yesterday. You probably can't see it too good, but you can go on Urban Islands. You know, so he's just spending some time with her. Cause you know, when people are go through them something that they need love, they need to be surrounded by comfort, by people that actually genuinely care about them. Somebody who are gonna sit down with you and give you a hug and still hold a conversation with you. You get sick like this, man, you start thinking that the world is passing you by, because everybody is still healthy. Everybody is still up and moving around, doing the natural everyday things that they do. You can't do nothing. So it'll feel like people are moving on without you. And that's exactly what it is. People are moving on without you, you know? So that's how she looks now. But Beanie is a good youth for this too. You know? And to have known her since childhood days till now. Yeah. True Kaita Jai Empress. Cancer is no joke, my friend. I wanted to hear what Beenie Man was saying, but the volume on the video is so low. Let me see if I could raise the volume so we can hear what Beenie has said. And for this video today,
she never, ever found with cancer. Who born with cancer? Just get cancer. It could be any one of us. God, please, we can save her. Please, help me save Pinky. Please and beg.
So he's basically saying this could be any one of us, and you know the treatment is pretty expensive, but we can save her. Please help me save her. So that's Pinky. Pinky looks so different here.
You know who Pinky was? Miss Collins' sister. She was calling partner. She was the girl that do all the dancing with
she was actually in a lot of videos back in the day.
Who she was.
You know?
And she get shot in the face. And then oh shit get, turn over. So, I'm saying, if you got $5 or $10, we need $50,000 by today. So by tomorrow we can fly out. Go to the operation. You don't have to buy a ticket. Don't worry about it.
Beanie says he will help to do his part. Not worried about her ticket. They apparently they don't have what she needs in Jamaica, so they're gonna have to fly to a foreign country, which is probably the United States of America, just in time. Cause Beenie Man has his U.S. visa now again, as far as I know, which and Beanie said he will do his part. So don't worry about her ticket. And don't worry about her accommodations overseas and all that. He's going to do his part, right, to help to take care of all that. But they still need some help. The perception now, though, the backlash is that he's famous. Him have whole heap of money. Why him couldn't just finance that himself? I keep telling y'all, people don't really know. People see you and they feel, oh, you're famous, so you have a whole lot of money, right? You can dash out $50,000 US easy And you don't know. The man have a whole heap of kids and probably have a whole heap of bills and responsibilities and all these other things. And he's asking for help. So when this video is done, because the link to where you can help is on Urban Islands at urbanislands.com. So you can go there and click the link. The link is in the story. But when we're done here, I'm gonna go take the link and put it at the put it and pin it as the first comment for this video. So later on when I come back, look at the first comment for those of you who are interested. $1, $2, $5. Something says you gave something and you did your part, right? Right. And we're not gonna talk about who should I do what and where your rich friend them there and all that. We're not gonna talk about all that. We just know that this is life, and this could be any one of us. Crystal G says he also has 13 kids. Yes. So you know how that go already. I tell people that all the time. If I didn't have 6 kids, I'd probably be rich. I probably would. If I didn't have 6 kids and if I didn't help a lot of other people as well, I'd probably be rich. But you're stretched thin, so you ask for help. And it's a backlash to it because there's a lot of our kind of people who are quick to point out, well, the amount of money where you must make so and so. And it's not like that. It's your perception of what you think that it's like that, but it's not. So he's using his voice to help his popularity can do a lot. Yes, King Biggs. Yes, Bramala, I'm glad for you. She said some of these entertainers only have a name and no money, and that's factual. People think a lot of these guys when they go some place and perform is 50,000 US dollars per show, 100,000 US dollars per show, and it's not. A lot of them big name that you see when they go perform, I think it was Junior Reid that recently did a video where he was talking about it on a podcast. And Junior Reid said, enough of them big name there, them travel and perform. It's $5,000 them get to perform at a show. $2,500, $2,000, that's it. And then you have hotel fees, you have bandmates, or whoever you brought with you, your security at least, for your entourage, something, anybody, assistant. The money have to split up how many different ways. So people's perception of your fame is that him famous, so I'm rich. Me not give him nothing. Make him go ask him famous friend them. Further from the truth, my friend. Right? So big up to Bean for using his voice for this, for trying to help. Shout out to Carlene for always trying to help other people. That's sowing good karma. And I hope that good karma comes right back around. You know, I have to hope with karma. Karma doesn't depend on your hope. Karma goes by your works. So you put in works, it's coming back around, right? You put in dirty works, that's coming back around too. You sow good, you reap good. You sow bad, you reap bad. That's karma. So I'm sure she's going to get some help, but I just figured we'll put this out there. The more, the better. The more, the merrier. See, King Biggs, big up yourself. King Biggs, I'm going to donate to. Hate to see her in that condition, man. It could be any one of us. I told y'all before, I'm a hypochondriac, right? So my left eye or right eye start jump. I'm thinking all kinds of things already. I'm like, oh, brain cancer, this, that, the other. I'm going to lose my vision. I go extra overboard. But to think in reality, somebody that's actually going through these things that I'm paranoid about. My mom died of cancer too, along with dementia, Marilyn Grant. Wow. You see? And that's a part of life. That's a part of life. We're humans. So we can't skip that. Right? Sorry to hear that, Marilyn Grant. That's your mommy. And you know how it goes about the mummies already. Especially if you had a good mommy. That hurts. That hurts. There's no amount of condolences and comfort, sending comfort message. There's no amount of that can really actually truly comfort somebody still. It's just time. And it never goes away. It just get a little bit easier to deal with as time goes by. But that's life. And I don't want you out there thinking, oh, I'm young. That's something that's probably could happen when we get a little older, but not right now. That's not so. People are getting younger and younger by the day that are coming up with certain illnesses that used to be afflicting only old and older people. So it could be you, could be me, could be any one of us and any one of our relatives and close loved ones, right? All right. Shay says cancer is a very expensive disease, especially when you don't have health insurance. And my mom is a survivor of that wicked disease. Praise God. She's still here. Shay, praise God. And yes, we spoke about this Wednesday as well, right? That you can go bankrupt trying to save your life. Because if you don't have proper insurance or you don't have the big expensive kind of insurance, then here you go. You're going to deplete your savings. Now, what's the sense trying to fight to save your life, wiping out your savings, and now you're broke and sick, completely broke and sick, destitute? So help in any which way you can. That's me just appealing to you to help in any which way you can. All right? All right. And again, look out for the link. I will post the link under here. As soon as we're done with this video, I'll go find the link and I'll post it here. All right. And shout out to Urban Islands as well for bringing that story forward. Usain Bolt. Let's move right along. Usain Bolt. First of all, did any of y'all think that Young Miami and Puffy was going to last for a long time? Or were you like that relationship was a relationship of convenience from the start? He gets what he wants. She did a video where she was like, "Oh, she likes when he pees on me. I like when he pee on me." She was talking about she like how him piss on her and these things. I've seen some women out here about she like when man piss in her mouth, and there's some weird people out here. But for Young Miami and P Diddy, I actually called this one from the beginning. I was like, he's having fun. She doesn't even look like Puffy's type, really, but he was having fun. And I don't say that to say nothing bad. I'm just saying if you look at Puffy's record, she don't look like his type. So she was hot and new on the scene, and he probably helped her to solidify herself in the industry with his links, and she paid the price for it. I'm a gatekeeper in this industry. I can have you in here on a big level because you'll always be known as the girl that used to date Puffy or P. Diddy or whatever. And whether it's bad or good, people look at it, you'll have links within the industry after that. So I looked at it like that was that kind of a relationship. And she get what she want, and she got flowered. She got, how should I say it? She got bathed with gifts, and she got a chance to be on expensive yachts and take expensive trips and do this and do that. And then it's over. And he's moving right along. I knew there was problem though when that other female showed up that had his baby recently. But anyhow, shout out to them. Here for a good time, not a long time. Exactly. So Usain Bolt stolen millions. That story is trending right now because the person, Mrs. Jean Ann Panton, who admitted to stealing a whole bunch of money from a whole bunch of people, but she said Usain Bolt's money was not. She never thief Usain money. That's how she looked before the charges were brought down. Now, if you look on the icon for this video, the lady that you see in the wheelchair being pushed by what looks like a prison guard or a police officer, that's her. So as soon as they said she's going to jail, she got sick, right? And she couldn't walk anymore. So, and I would have done the same thing. I'm going to jail. My legs don't work. You got to put me in a wheelchair. They say, okay, we got a wheelchair for you. You still going to jail. Okay, well, now I'm having a heart attack. Yeah. So it's like that's where she's at. So a male doctor that was assigned to the Department of Correction Services because she just went back to court. Again, they're trying to find the money. A male doctor who is assigned to the Department of Correction Services is denying assertions that the former wealth advisor at Stocks and Securities Limited, or SSL, Jean Ann Panton, had suffered a stroke and was having seizures while she was in custody on fraud charges that are related to the investment firm. Her lawyers came out the other day and said, allegedly said that she had suffered a stroke behind bars. It's like, Your Honor, please let my client go. She's in dire need of help, medical help. Her health is failing pretty quickly, And if you keep her behind bars any longer, she's probably going to die. She wasn't sick when she was taking these people's money. She just got sick as soon as they said you're going to prison. Anyhow, the suggestion that Panton's medical complications follow her last court hearing in February were made by her new attorney, Sylvester Hemmings, during a bail application in the Home Circuit Court on Wednesday. Brother showed up and said all this, trying to get his client to be free. But they sent a doctor to check her out. And the doctor says, nah. So Panton was previously represented by Tamika Harris. I don't know what happened to that relationship, but it looked like Tamika jumped ship. Tamika said, me no in that foolishness. Tamika probably go around her and realize, you're not sick. You can't walk. I kick you, try to kick me. Your foot them work. I'm not your lawyer anymore. The ex-SSL employee is charged with various breaches of the Larceny Act and Proceed Act. Anyway, she's charged with a bunch of things that has to do. She's the lady who said she fleeced the accounts of over 30 of her clients. She said, me thief from about 30 of my clients. I will admit that. And she explained explicitly how she did it. I don't even know why they're having a court case, unless they're trying to pin more things to her. But I found it interesting that she said, I fleece more than 30 of them, but me never touch Usain money. Anyhow, during the bail hearing before the High Courts, Judge Vinette Graham Allen Hemmings argued that his client's health needs should be prioritized at this time. He said that after bail was initially denied in February, she went back and she had a seizure, and then she suffered a stroke. Hemmings also claimed that the medical personnel at the correction facility where Panton is in custody actually had tried to extract blood samples from her, but they were unsuccessful because no veins could be found, Your Honor. He also claimed that Panton's nutrition, while in custody, was poor. They're not feeding her right. And she has not been receiving the physiotherapy sessions that is required following a surgery that she had last August. But the prosecution challenged the attorney's suggestion that his client's medical needs were not being safeguarded while she was remanded in custody. The prosecutor said that Panton had her physiotherapy sessions on Tuesday of this week. The Crown then called the medical doctor at the correctional facility to the witness stand to testify about the medical care that is being given to her while she's in lockup. He admitted that Panton had reported to him on February 28th of having a seizure days before, but he said, after I examined her, no seizure-like activities were observed, Your Honor. In relation to a stroke, the doctor testified that he saw no indication that Panton had had any kind of paralysis, which is usually seen in persons who have such medical issues. Maybe paralysis of the face, facial muscles to some degree. Some people get it and it's more drastic than others. Some people get stroke badly. Their mouth is twisted like all the way to one side of the face. Some people get it and they're, it's probably just like drooping on one side maybe, but the mouth isn't twisted. So there's different levels to it. The doctor said he saw no such thing on her anywhere. Further, he said that based on his observation, the accused woman suffers no loss of speech or any other stroke-related complications. The bail hearing is expected to continue on Thursday, which it did, and she got her bail denied again. The former wealth advisor, who they threw under the bus because she didn't do this by herself, she was there for more than 20 years, or has more than 20 years of experience, had reportedly confessed to taking money from her clients' accounts without their consent to fund her lifestyle. At least 30 investors including sprint legend Usain Bolt, have been impacted, but up to February, the police had not indicated whether the retired sprinter had given a witness statement to them. Bolt no need to give no witness statement. Bolt wasn't there when they was thieving his money. That's kind of funny. Witness statement about what? That is not her insurance doctor. I'm a fair doctor that. I'm a fair doctor that. Because you can't usually get your doctor like, look, doc, I got through something, you know. I wonder if I can hold my mouth like this for the next couple of weeks. So every time them see me, I mean, I go to court to testify just like this. So my doctor can come up and say, yes, Your Honor, as you can see, his mouth is no longer at the center of his body. It is to the side, to the right. He was not like that the last time. Me way over there look pitiful. Me I'll twist up my glasses, make sure my glasses twist. Because I don't know about balance and symmetry and all that thing anymore. Everything that's off balance to me. So me in a court like this. And I mean, if I drink, I only drink through a straw because I can't feed myself, Your Honor. This thing is getting worse by the hour. I think I need to go home. She not play it off right. She not play it off right. She not play it off right like my woman there who was dead serious with she was Messi Masado. Messi Masado was dead serious with my boy the money. My boy the money. Messi Masado make sure say what she drink. Cersei mixed with Senapod, mixed with I don't know if you ever drink Senna. Cersei mixed with Senapod, or she probably did the saline thing. When me telling about the other morning where you use for wash out. Yeah. Mix the lime, mix with some Epsom salt, take a big drink of it right before you go into court. And as they were talking, and the judge did not go on like him want send me to jail, shut up the whole courtroom. That's that's what she did. And her attorney was like, my client is gravely ill. Look, Palar, yard, I just see what go on. Watch the floor. Jesus Christ. You don't want to deal with that every day? Or you can send her, go home and make she use our private doctor and some home health attendant and take care of herself like that. Oh, I can't stand. Oh, you can imagine your attorney up there. Oh, you're on a, you have to let her go. And it worked. It worked. You might laugh, but it worked. I don't think she playing into it fully enough. Them still look on her and say, she good. So Usain's money is still not found. 12 point something million US. I know it's 12 point something. I don't remember if it's 7 or 5. So I don't want to be wrong. So I'll just say 12 point something. But it's 12 point something million US dollars, man. US dollars. Damn. Now, for those of you who don't know, Usain Bolt is worth upwards of 90 something million US dollars and counting. I think this year he will pass the 100 million mark. So to Usain, 12 million, 12 million is a lot of money to anybody because I'm watching celebrities and going through their net worth, like the video I put up yesterday about the richest female rappers in history, and some of them don't have $12 million. So to lose $12 million in one go, you get chopped. That's a serious chop. But I don't think she did that by herself. There's no way she fleeced 30 clients over a period of time, couple of years, to include an account that had 12 point something million dollars from Olympic gold medalist, world record holder, champion, icon, track and field, icon, global star Usain Bolt. That account was so guarded in that place. There's no way she alone would have been able to get to it. But she's the person that, and I continue to say this, but she's the person that has to take the fall for it. So, good luck to her taking the fall. Usain, I'm sure him want him money back though. I would want my money back too. And if y'all don't know it, those charges were brought against them by Usain Bolt's team, legal team, because he gave them a certain amount of time to return my money or we're going to court. The time passed, they didn't return his money, they ended up in court. There she is. She instantly got sick. Not a thing me want to talk to him about this morning. Wicked woman, Audrey, gone with the man money. My stroke affect my left side and it affects my speak through. Though I can speak patois like crazy, says Karen Notice. Karen, you had a stroke. Why? So many questions. Oh, no, pardon me, because I'll go off script real quick. Anytime I run into anybody, right, who have a stroke or did get sick before or anything like that, me love talk to them because me like ask them stuff like, what were your warning signs? What it feel like when it was attacking, like when you were having it, because I'm trying to figure out the more you learn from people who have been through stuff, is the more you know how to recognize what's happening with you in case anything like that ever happens to you. And I've been in a treatment session before. I was telling wifey, I was in a treatment session with a client one time, and the man struck out mid-therapy session. And I wanted to panic because that was my first time seeing it, see it happen to somebody. But I'm a part of the therapy staff. So others are panicking. I can't panic. Right. So I feel like go through it and I can describe exactly what happened. He was sitting there talking, and then next thing we know, the man just he stopped speaking. And his mouth actually started going. Like his face was just drawing to one side like this while we were there, and he was stuck, perseverating on just the last few words that he was saying, right? And he just kept going like this until he stopped speaking. And at first we looked at him like, what is going on? I was stuck. I was a new grad. I was straight out of school, straight into work. But more seasoned therapists that were there, they're like, he's stroking out. He's having a stroke. Get medical, blah, blah, blah. And we start run and do what we had to do. But it's a scary thing to see. Right? Karen, I hope you're taking care of yourself, my friend. I don't wish them something upon nobody. And I'm paranoid that these things could happen to me as well. Right? Again, we're all humans. And any one of these things can happen to any one of us. Right? All right. This one, though. Florida passes a bill allowing the death penalty for child sexual abusers. How you feel? Let me know. Florida lawmakers have approved legislation that is backed by Governor Ron DeSantis that would permit the death penalty for those who are convicted of sexually abusing children. Florida is one of those states. You F around, you're about to find out. Like I said, in recent time, Florida just did carrying a weapon with no permit needed anymore. Then they abolished the parole when it comes to a life sentence. That means if the judge gives you a life sentence, that's exactly what it is. You no longer get life and can say, okay, he's going to do 25, but then he can look forward to going before a parole board and possibly get out. No. Once the judge says life in Florida, you're never coming out. And I know that because that's exactly how the judge described it to one of the guys that were responsible for XXXTentacion's killing. The judge says you will spend the rest of your life in that cell. And day in, day out, for as long as you're alive. And one morning, they will come to open the door to that cell, and they will realize that you have passed on, however long that may be. There is no parole. And now, under DeSantis, Florida passes a bill allowing death penalty for child sexual abusers. Here it goes right here. This is the New York Post headline. Florida passes a bill allowing death penalty for child sexual abusers. So, to the people them, and you know what? There's another thing about Florida. Florida has a high number of sex predators here in Florida. Yes, we have a database where we can look up and see who lives where and all that other stuff. So if you have children and you're worried, you can look up your database and see who's in your neighborhood. who lives close to you. These kind of things. And their face is shown. Yeah, Mr. Prosper, what go on?
Kudos to DeSantis. Kudos to that man.
Kudos to him.
Yes.
So you like that? You like that?
How
that
you
one?
mean?
Yeah.
You know, them chokers get off too easy.
Yeah.
And do 2 years here and then coach and thing, you know.
Do 2 years
and
and come
have
out
one
and...
of my colleagues who do a rashness and he's in some jail time now.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to talk about this, he give them exchange pictures for problems, whatever it is. Waiting time. Well, kudos to the man, like, and the man just got fees doing what 4-year register and
that's it.
That's it.
And the victim has to live with all that for the rest of their life, right? And they can move out of state. But
they don't have to be registered.
No, I don't know about that. Because
from what I'm aware of, I think so.
No. If they move out of state without, first of all, right, let me help you with that. So if they move out, if they decide to move out of state, they have to get an approval first to even move out of state.
Okay,
right.
Gotcha.
And if they move without an approval, and because they have to register, right? They have to check in. They have to actually check in with somebody.
Yeah, Megan's website.
Once they realize that you're gone, then they call it absconding. So you ran off. And now they're going to put out a warrant to find you. So an arrest warrant is issued once you don't show up when you're supposed to show up. So that's how it works. They can't just move. And they're, yeah, manners. All right.
Great job. Yes,
yeah, a lot of people been saying the same thing. Like, if it's my kids, I'm killing somebody. So why not say, hey, good job. Good job, DeSantis. But Florida is not. See, there's another angle to this, though. I heard somebody say yesterday, I hope y'all take into account that there are a lot of people who are accused of stuff that they didn't do by people who are trying to be malicious towards them for whatever the reason is. Those people are going to could possibly end up with a death penalty innocently. That's true. Me, I'm very funny when it comes to people's kids. Very funny. My daughter had her birthday party recently, and they did it at my mom's house. And I was worried because I was like, man, I don't think anybody is going to show up. I don't want my daughter to be, you're concerned about your baby. Like, she invites people to her party and nobody shows up. She's probably not going to feel too good or whatever. So she was turning 9 years old, and they had a big bouncy house, and her grandmother cooked a whole bunch of food. And my wooly pa something there. Shout out to my cousin Deb. Debbie was there as well and helping out and whatever. So we all went, and I thought nobody was going to come. But my biggest fear before even going there was there were going to be other people's small children there. And lo and behold, in no time, the place was full of kids. The place was full of kids. And I was paranoid the whole time. Because, I'm saying to myself, listen, I don't want nobody to say, oh, he touched my child. Or, you never know what people might come up with, right? So I'm staying as far away from them kids as possible. Now, I'm supposed to be her dad, and I'm supposed to be there helping out or whatever. I made sure I stayed like way over in the corner somewhere. Even when I was filming, I was conscious, like overly conscious, like don't put the camera on her. Don't put the camera on her. Put the camera over here. Like, I go above and beyond to make sure my name doesn't come up in anything that has to do with anybody's child, right? And I think as grown people, we should all do that. We should all do that. Yeah? Because more than not, when your name is called with somebody's child, more than not, it usually turns out to be true. Yeah? I'm not saying that people don't get lied on, but more than not, it turns out to be true. So I go the extra mile to stay the hell away from people's children. I don't want to be with them in no close quarters. Only place I'm with them is where everybody else can see us, that kind of stuff. Some grown people, they have some sneaky ass behaviors around people's children. And we spoke about this before, right? They have some kind of sneaky behaviors around people's children. And those are the adults that are going to end up right there, being accused of screaming, I'm innocent, and getting handed that death penalty, something that. So Florida ain't playing. They doing it. My view is if you have some of this, so there's some more to this. You can go read the New York Post to get the full story. The headline in the New York Post says Florida passes a bill allowing the death penalty for child sexual abusers. Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, told them, write that bill up and send it to me and I'll sign it immediately. They're under the impression, this is what they've said, people who engage in these things, they usually do it repetitively. And there's no fixing them kind of thing. And usually they move on to another child somewhere. So let's nip that in the bud. There are other people out here who are saying, well, what about chemical castration? Like, you don't have to do the death penalty, kill a person, but chemical castration. And I'm saying, off recently, I don't know if y'all saw a news story that broke. The police chief's wife was caught. She's a school teacher. And she was caught in the school having sexual relations with one of the students, a minor, a kid. And her husband is the chief of police for that town. So yeah, it's not only for men, because you have women that are predators out here as well. So this is not for men only. This is for you predatory women too. King Big says, brethren, a lady wanted me to DJ her daughter's sweet 16 party, and I had my 16-year-old son do the I had my 16-year-old son do the party. Hey, King Biggs, so you understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. That too. Yes, I'm taking care of myself and I'm on my way to the DR now. Oh, to the Dominican Republic. Well, safe travels with that, and I hope it all works out. Karen Notice says there were no warning signs. My cousin and my daughter saw it. I stopped talking. I was crossing the street from the hospital, and they took me back to the hospital ASAP. Wow. See? In the middle of crossing the street, that happened. And just stopped talking, and they took you back to the hospital. You're lucky. You're lucky, because when a lot of people, when they stroke out, they're alone. And they can't, because, when it hits you, from what I've seen, when it hits, I know I'm flip-flopping between topics, but when it hits, if you're alone, you're frigged. Yeah. Because you won't be able to pick up a phone and say, hey, I'm having a stroke, come please help. Because the man that I seen had it, he was totally incapable of doing anything. He was just sitting there in the chair, just going through motions. So you're lucky. They caught it early, and that's another thing about a stroke. The earlier medical help can get to you, the lesser the chances of all the negative side effects of the stroke, like left side or right side paralysis, or all that other stuff, the contortion of the face and all these other things. The quicker they get there, the better. Some people have had strokes and they came out of it and everything works. They're lucky. A lot of people have stroke and something ends up not working again for the rest of their life. One whole side of your body becomes disassociated from your brain completely. Shay says, from what you understand working in the medical field, the patient is not aware. Yeah. And his reaction was like he didn't know what was going on with him either. And I saw him after, because they took him out to the hospital, and I saw him after when he came back to the long-term care facility that I was at. And he did say, like, he didn't remember any of it. We were trying to remind him, like, Do you remember like what happened when you were like you just stopped talking and your mouth started twisting, your face was contorted? He was like, I don't remember any of that. People normally notice it for you. That's why it's important to be around people that actually care about you. You see all them something, yeah? Real talk, you know. This little talk right here, right now, could help a lot of people because, first of all, pay attention to your people when you're around them because you're probably the one that can save their life, or they're probably the one that's going to have to save your life if stuff starts happening to you. And it's important to be around people that actually care about you. People that care about you when they're around you, when they look at you, they can tell that something is off because they're that much into you and they that much care about you. For instance, if I'm around my mother, right? My mother is going to look at me and my mother is going to be like, something to look right about you. I want them. Hey, you're not talk to me. You're not answer me. Oh my God. And she's going to fly into whatever mode she has to. Imagine being around someone that don't care and them just sit down there and they're like, yeah, well, if him not talk, me not talk neither and whatever. And then you're there stroking out right next to them. So it's important to be around people that actually care about you, my friend. Hospital and didn't know that it was a stroke, Shay said. SouFLoTV Morning Thoughts family have an appointment, so I have to run. Have a blessed, productive weekend. Love hard and forgive quickly, says Erica Senior. Erica Senior, big up yourself, family. Thank you. I appreciate you greatly. We're going to wrap this up in about 5 more minutes anyways, or so. But let me run through this real quick. Our last topic for the morning is Dancehall Queen Spice and her little issue that she had with the brother over at Chug It. Spice was supposed to perform at Chug It, and something happened where they ended up taking it to the media. And, you know, Spice said a bunch of stuff about them, like, your credit card no good. And every time y'all book tickets for all, like, the flights get canceled, my dancers' flights were canceled, but they told people for the event that the artist just didn't show up. So that's kind of like, if you book me for a big show, thousands of people to attend, and my fans are out in the thousands, and then I don't show because of your negligence as the promoter, but then you flip it around on me and tell the audience that I didn't show because I have issues. That can be damaging to my brand, right? So Spice and them was just going through this, and lo and behold, front page news, Chug It party promoter are among 3 people that are now charged in the $222 million in sport fraud. 222 mil. They are popular Chug It and French Connection party promoter Andrew Wright, Rudolph Barnes, and O'Neill Hope. Me know Spice sit down somewhere and say, see there? Look at God. Look at she must be saying, look at God. I told y'all, Spice did call them shady and did say they were doing shady business. And look, yeah. So sometimes you hear people talk, right? And they're like, what to that girl there? She chat so much. And yeah, she probably make up lie on the people them. Well, that was quick. That was quick. Lady J says that's true about the patient not being aware. That happened to my mom, and she was on the phone with my sister, and her speech was slurred. She was in Atlanta, and my mom was in St. Thomas. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. How are you this morning?
Good morning, fam. How are you doing this morning? I'm doing all right. You?
Very good.
Okay. What do you have for us this morning?
Okay, Sanchez. I know you like him, but he did right for this one.
You don't like him, but he did right for this one with the death penalty for child abusers or child molesters, rather.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with it. And they're probably talking about like the worst cases, maybe, you know, because it says something about battery sexual something, but I agree with it. Absolutely. That's all you have for us this morning?
No, I have a little bit more.
Okay, go ahead.
Last week you keep on talking about these females who get in this abuseful relationship.
Yeah. We weren't on that this morning about females getting into abusive relationships, but you can say your piece since you're here. What were you gonna say?
Okay, I was saying some of these females being abused by their parents, my mom and my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I think what I don't know how to really say it, but I think some of them, my dad can do it, so why cannot?
Okay, so you're saying that a lot of females who end up in abusive relationships were actually abused at home by what? Okay, I'm not gonna answer back that call, but what that person was saying is that some of these females who end up in abusive relationships, but we know that, right? They normally come from situations where they themselves were abused before, probably by parents or etc. etc. But we weren't on that talk this morning. Our last topic for the morning was this thing with Spice. So not Spice, but with the organizers that have been charged with the $222 million in sports fraud. It's another fraud case in Jamaica, like the SSL fraud case. It's huge. I also read that I think it's Andrew Wright has appointed the help of Queen's Counsel, Peter Champagny. You know, once you hear Peter Champagny's name, yes, a rotted big liar. So Mocha said that they are alleged to have been part of a team of former InSports employees who wrote, signed, and encashed fraudulent checks for payees who were neither employees nor contracted workers of the entity. That's the charge. The three have been charged with various offenses, including conspiracy to defraud, acquisition, use and possession of criminal property, engaging in transactions that are involving criminal property, and larceny as a servant, whatever that means. Mocha said that the suspected fraud and other irregularities were detected by InSports since 2017 during an examination of its financial records. The matter, then reported to Mocha, triggered this investigation, and then they found that they were siphoning off this money in this kind of way to the tune of $222 million. You know, so sometimes I feel like a Jamaica me for there. I feel like we need for there Jamaica because, and I told you all this before, I see people running cocaine in Jamaica, heavy amounts of coke too. No repercussions. Man just gets slapped on the wrist, fam. And then I see people doing some big chopping fraud. Like they not chopping no small money like $222 million, 12 million US dollars. Like a part of me wants to be a part of that for some, and I know it's not the politically correct thing to say. And just a disclaimer, no, I'm not trying to say that it's okay to get involved in these things. I'm not promoting being involved in these things. I'm not glorifying being involved in these things. I just look at how things are taken care of in Jamaica. And I'm thinking, well, if I was there and I was involved in these things, there isn't much backlash. It's not like in the US where I'm like, man, they'll put me in jail for life for that. So I'm going to stay away from that. In Jamaica, it's like, the thief off the people, them $222 million already. That means, say, I have money for a good lawyer. So we're going to go court and fight this. Then if them still act like they want to keep me confined, you know, I can shut up myself in the courtroom or say my legs don't work and put me in a wheelchair and then apply for bail. And eventually I'll be let out and I will go do my time in my mansion, that kind of thing. And I saw it look. These types of investigations are complex undertakings requiring thoroughness and collaboration, is what Mocha said. And so it took a meticulous approach led by Mocha investigative teams to examine all the leads and to uncover all the evidence that they have now that was required to make these arrests and bring these charges. They were arrested and they have been charged. So we will stay with this one to see where it goes, but it kind of leads back. Just go on YouTube and type in Spice versus Chug It. CHUG space IT it. Chug It is a huge event that happens in Jamaica annually. And these are the promoters of Chug It. These are the people that run the ground when it comes to Chug It and French Connection Party. Look them up and you will see. And then listen to what Spice said, because she gave a long speech. So listen to the long speech and look at when it was, and then watch what happened now. With that said, people, we're going to leave it right here, so. I want you to walk good for the weekend. Go outside and catch some sunshine. The weather is getting warm. Stay safe. Stay around people that you know care about you. If not, you can't find nobody who care about you, stay by yourself. It's okay. Fill up the bathtub with some water. Lay down in the water. Read a book. Sip a glass of wine. Enjoy life a little bit. Stop, slow down, and smell the roses. Right? All right. I'll catch you all on another date, another time, sometime soon. And stay tuned for the story that I'm about to drop about a young man in Jamaica, and a bag of things happen back of that. All right? I'm out. Peace.